Okay, preferences, thank you. So as usual, without further ado, we're going to divide sessions. I'm going only to give you, I'm going to only give you like 10 minutes to brainstorms after the divisions of the team. Okay, so and okay, but first thing first, I'd like to learn whether you hear an ad. Yeah, Dian, are you here? Can you hear my voice? Okay, Akram, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Zahwa.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hmm. So here it is. The divisions of the team. Okay, you guys may have a brainstorm session for 10 minutes. And it starts from, okay, in regard to the motion, is there any question? No? I guess the motion have been so clear. Okay, so yeah, your 10 minutes brainstorming start from now. Okay. Many late persons. So what do we do with them? Okay. Okay, so for Tarek and also Gerson, I'm going to put you as the one who assists Akram and Gian, yeah? Okay, please be on time. Okay. I don't know how you can make it. Can you make it or not? It's so impromptu and spontaneous. So here that is. Okay. So without further ado, we can start from Michelle. Opening government. The floor is yours. Here.
I'm sorry. What is the time? 7 minutes or 5 minutes?
Okay. Yeah, we can make it to 7 minutes right now. And by the way, I hope that you already install debate timers. Did you guys download it?
Yes, I already downloaded.
Okay, cool. Okay, we may begin.
Wait a second. Okay, I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Our motion today is this House believes that social media company should aggressively censor disinformation, fake news, and hate speech. So let me characterize to you what is actually social media. Social media is an internet-based form of communication, or we can see in our status quo like WhatsApp, Instagram, website, so on and so forth. And the company, social media company, is a company that taking care of the social media. So they are the one that taking care of all of the things that happens in the social media. Aggressively censor disinformation, fake news, and hate speech. This means that social media company should take down a post or some post that contains of hate speech commands, fake news, or disinformation. Social media company should also delete direct message that contains of disinformation, fake news and hate speech. Okay, so the first one, what is the goals of the social media company itself? So we have a goal to create a healthy environment where the users of social media can share beneficial things or information, where in the social media we can support each other and make a more healthy environment where we can share so many things with each other from all over the world. So disinformation, fake news, hate speech can ruin our goals here. Our goals here from the first place is to make a healthy environment where we can communicate with each other. And it will lead to a toxic environment. And at the end of the day, it can make first, it can make a psychological hurt. A psychological hurt, it can contains like depression, where if we see the social media, sometimes we feel tired, sometimes we feel like everyone hate us. So it can lead to the psychological hurt. The second one, it can lead to social media detox that already exists in our status quo. Everyone in social media making glorification of social media detox, and social media detox is actually stopping using the social media for sometimes, or sometimes they also take down their social media account. And this is bad. Why this is bad? It finally can decrease the number of users of social media, and it can make the social media make the social media bankrupt at the end of the day. It's really bad because social media itself have a really good goal to increase and the social media can also increase our business. So if the social media is bankrupt and not exist anymore in our society, it's gonna be really bad for us. Because in our status quo right now, the second one, people that have the Instagram post full of hate speech, like people that bullied them from with the comments, they can easily get depressed. Even some of the artists, actors do a suicide because of that kind of hate comments that attack them. And based on the data in hierarchy of rights, we have a right to be free from pain or suffer. So it's kind of not welfare, and it's kind of not fair for people that believe in social media. So our media should be aggressively stop this kind of things, because uh, it can ruin the psychological of someone, and it can also ruin the business of social media itself. And the disinformation in our status quo, like we can see Sule, some people say that the netizens ever say that Sule is already passed away, but actually he is still alive. This kind of information can make their family that doesn't know will get sad and calling them, like always saying, oh, are Sule is still alive or not? Oh, Sule is already passed away, like make everyone confused of it. And I believe that this person that is actually still alive, but everyone say that he is already passed away, he is upset, he is kind of think that it is not appropriate to say. How is the feeling of someone that actually still healthy, still can be alive, but everyone give give a pray to them, pray to him, like I hope you are rest in peace. It's kind of not make sense. It's kind of people make people spread so many disinformation until the end. And for the fake news itself, as you know, if we spread the fake news in social media, it can aggressively spread to each other in a low time. So I mean, everyone can get this kind of fake news and easily think that it is right. We so I think that's why we should aggressively censor this kind of thing, the disinformation, fake news, and hate speech. That's all from the opening government. Very proud to propose.
Okay, thank you. Now let's move on to Bagus from opening opposition. The floor is yours. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our mission today is this House believes that social media companies should aggressively censor disinformation, fake news, and hate speech. First, I'm gonna give some rebuttals to the opening government. The opening government said that the goal of social media itself is to create healthy environment on our society. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think twice. What is really mean? What is the really mean of healthy environment? Is it true that the mean of healthy environment is only positive talk that appears on social media? We don't think so, because what is actually mean on healthy environment is the environment that we can create our society be more logically, be more we can create our society be more have sharp opinion, have critical thinking to think what is right, what is wrong, and what is true, what is false. And healthy environment is not about the social media that only includes support or positive statement and so on and so forth, because that will never happen. And the second is the opening government also said that hate speech on social media or something like that can damage people's psychology. So we have to take down that kind of post. But ladies and gentlemen, let's think twice about it. If we post something and then people get damaged because of the post, where is the problem actually, ladies and gentlemen? Because if people post something on internet, they only want to express their self. They only want to express their opinion. So, and we also don't know what is the really, what is the uh what is the actually, what is the real uh what is that, what is the real aim for that people to post that kind of post. So we cannot do that, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is on the people that get hurt itself. It means that he or she are too too sensitive, so maybe he or she should go to the psychiater and so on and so forth. And then I'm gonna and then the opening government also give example about fake news about Sule was die. And ladies and gentlemen, if we get something like that, if we get some fake news like that, like Sule is die and it posted on the social media, uh actually we don't need to take down that post, ladies and gentlemen. What we only need to do is to uh give clarification on the Sule itself or on the management, and we don't need to take down that kind of post on social media that said Sule is die, ladies and gentlemen. It's not necessarily happen. And then I'm gonna jump into my argument, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, for the first, ladies and gentlemen, why actually why is what is the reason this social media appears in our society, ladies and gentlemen? Why social media is being created? Social media being created because our society, our people needs some media to express their self. And and based on the no Nuremberg Universal Declare of Human Rights, ladies and gentlemen, everyone has the right of expression and opinion. Includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, people has the right to express their self and to express their opinion without any interrupts from any other side, including the social media company itself, ladies and gentlemen. Why our social media keeps growing years by years, ladies and gentlemen, it's because there is a big demand on our society. It means that our society need some media, need some place to express themselves, and we cannot we cannot district, or we cannot limit we cannot limit that media by taking down their posts or so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. And also, if we do the opening government also said, if we take down that kind of post, which is fake news, disinformation, and hate speech, but they don't give us about the mechanism, about how can we do that, how can we take down that post, and so on and so forth. Because it is actually already happened in our status quo, ladies and gentlemen, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and etc. and the other social media. They already take down they already take down that kind of posts that have disinformation, fake news, and so on and so forth. But their algorithm get.
No, I please.
Yes, please.
So it's a good thing to spread disinformation, fake news, and hate speech.
No, I don't mean that it is a good thing, but it is actually not. It is not the companies responsible to take down that fake news and hate speech and so on and so forth. The one who is responsible for fake news is the experts and government, ladies and gentlemen. Because if there's a misleading information about health, for example, like when the coronavirus kills our posts, there is so many posting about this information about the coronavirus, how it's coronavirus spread, and so on and so forth. And is that this information is being responsible to the social media? Of course not. That is the responsible of the experts and government to clarify that kind of posting. And the people also can seek for the clear information too in the right source, like on WHO website and or on the government website and so on and so forth. So actually that is not the responsible of social media to take down this kind of post, because it can damage our human right of expression and opinion, ladies and gentlemen. And also, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So let's move on to Zahra as the second speaker from the opening government. Zahra, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I agree with this motion that the House believes that social media companies should aggressively censor disinformation, fake news, and hate speech. But before I deliver my argument, first I will rebut the opening opposition. So he rebut opening government like hate speech can damage psychological. But he said that someone post something and it not make anything. I think that it's nothing related about what opening government said. So I will make it clear. You know what it means about hate speech can damage psychological. When someone posts something, I mean like photo and etc., and there someone give comments in there, you know, it will make this person like sad, cry, and anything. So it can damage this she or his psychological. You know, you must understand about this meanings. And when you said that,
I please.
No, and you say that social media companies should not take down like Sule, yeah. And I think it need because, you know, more this hacks news viral, more the people is misunderstanding with this news. So the social media company should take down about this information, hack news, and etc. Okay, I will jump at my argument. As we know, now we can find a lot of case which is share of fake news, disinformation, and hate speech. You know the effect of this? Like hot news. Okay, the people are easy to provoke and also easy to hate at the other people and etc. Let's take a case from liputan6.com. You know, there a student who is claimed himself as the next BJ Habibie. His name is Dwi Haryanto. He said that he has creation in aeronautics world. And you know, he lies when this news has already viral. Besides that, why social media companies should aggressively censor all of that problem is because the same problem is not repeated again. And also, social media companies should take down disinformation, fake news, and hate speech because it really can make a bad effect from the people who are accept like hate news and etc. Let's take example from Korean. You know Suli? Suli is a actress from South Korea. She has already passed away because in her life, she always accepts had comments from netizens, and it can damage her psychological. So she decided to end her life. So I think it's a matter when social media companies should aggressively, should take down all of that problem. Because all of this problem is give really bad effects from psychological and from the perspective from netizen too. So when the opening opposition said that it no needs the social media companies take down this, I think it's really a wrong thing because when you when this fake news or disinformation hate speech is like no take down and anything, it can make more and more bad effects. I think that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Now let's move on to the closing government. Akram, the floor is yours.
Okay, I'll start in 3, 2, 1. First, let me explain a little about disinformation, fake news, and hate speech. Disinformation is information that is given incorrectly, which is done intentionally or not by social media users. Fake news is some news that is made with incorrectly for joke or serious purpose. Hate speech is abusive or threatening speech or writing that express prejudice against a particular group, especially on the basis of race, religion, sexual orientation, or many more. All of these were made with mistakes by writing down information with less accuracy or even by making information that turn 180 degrees with real facts. Of course, it will very dangerous for other social media users. Social media companies should aggressively censor it. Why is it necessary? Because at this time, almost everyone uses social media. Of course, fake news, disinformation, and hate speech can affect a lot of people. Ordinary people can suddenly trust other people's posts on social media without validating the posts that might be others. And if the person already believes, of course, this can affect the person's life. Suddenly, hating the group or doing something wrong just because they believe the news that is not 100% true. This sensor system for disinformation might be easy to do at this time because there is already an AI or artificial intelligence that can be programmed to look for news on various other reliable sources and will censor news or filtering that is considered invalid. So this is probably easy to do. Even if this is not easy to do, for example, this filtering or sensor um, for example, if this filtering or sensor system must be done by real humans or workers, um, I think it should be done. This is should still be done because it has many benefits for the platform and companies. Of course, this can increase the credibility of social media platforms or companies. If the credibility of system or application is high, of course, people will like it and allow the application to attract more people to use the social media. In addition, this sensor action has a direct effect on users so that unwanted things to do happen, such as the division of a country due to disinformation, fake news, or hate speech that might cause a group to hate another group because of this. This sensor system can have a good effect on social media users who are easily influenced by what people say. If this sensor system is carried about by a social media company, it will be simple and more practical for people to reject fake news. Just imagine if Facebook and Instagram, if this company censor for disinformation, fake news, and hate speech, then users don't need to look for the news to other sources because they are sure that the information displayed on that social media application is trustworthy and fake news has been filtered or taken down by the company. This would be very practical, right? And I think that's all for me. And thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the next speaker coming from, yeah, closing opposition. Dian, the floor is yours.
Okay, so before I want to deliver my argument, I would like to rebuttal from the OG. In the opening government state, if to make a healthy environment impact the psychological like depression and etc. Like, and the last is to run business. So if we look if that is a run business, how it can run business? It will not to be like them. How about companies can't handle? It will not win if the media company can handle news as a slowly and also not aggressively. How it should be aggressively, because they were to they only say if they first to take the some doing like they only say if media company just to piercing and also they they only say if the media company said health environment. They not see about how media also do the others. It's not only a healthy side. So from the opposite, if they say the freedom of speech, so how about the limit? And they they not see about how we can get the freedom of speech. They only say if the media company, if we get the aggressively attack like that, we can't get our freedom of speech. But they have not how to weigh if we get the freedom of speech if the media has been clear or has been do the some banned information like that. Also, from their rebuttal, I will jump to my argument. This motion is about this House belief that social media companies should aggressively censor disinformation, like fake news and hate speech. So why this happened? Because the first one, this happened is because the people lack of the education. Also, we know if the human is not all get their education right. So if not all people get their education as they know if they can choose which part of this is disinformation and which part if this information is correct. So why is this happen, and why we have to be aggressive of censor this information, why we judging them because they no, because they lack of education. We have not to do that. So how about the censor? How would the censor this information? Which part that we have to censor? Also, this motion called on say if censor this information is so large. But let me see if in our country censor this information is mostly is like a pornography. So because why? Because pornography is disturbing and not good for mental health. But from the our status quo right now, disinformation and fake news, also hate speech, is only for information that they're saying as bad, but that they forget about the pornography state. Also, why this is very unlikely? The next one is aggressive censor is banned all the news and hate speech. Because why? Because if is this effective, and we can see if aggressive censor is like uh, some doings that we can softly like we know if society want to get their clear information, but is aggressive censor is the real or is the effective way to make them understand how about their knowledge.
Your eye,
How,
please.
no thanks. How about their like if this effective, the people will believe that it's really effective. So I will tell you about the freedom of speech. If we say or if we do the effective way like aggressive censor disinformation, like we banning like them, we will not get the believing from the society itself. So which part we can get the freedom of speech? With part that we can't able to deliver the people who get their news like that. So the next one is why this is important. From the status quo right now, the society had two heading media companies. Because why? Because they only see about how the media deliver the news to them. They not thinking about is this really happened, or is this media is only for uh, get the health environment. And we also know if the media company is also have the goals itself like earning money. So from this most important like earning money, also we know if the media company get the more doing to make it effectively and not disturbing the society and make it them to believe. So the first one, what is outcome? The first one is the society will believe the media, and the second one is get more attention. Because why? Because media company need more attention. If they only aggressively attack like disinformation, they can't or they not get their attention from the society. And if they not get the attention, they will not get our money, like the goals from the company itself. So also we can see in the case of Luna Maya, and there is a Luna Maya case if they said it a bad of media. She say if the media is bad and lower than the people who in the bar. So from this argument, the society say if the media has really bad figure. So
Is
from
that-
this, okay, I think it's enough. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's move on to Gerson. The floor is yours. Gerson, are you with us?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Wait. I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. As we know that the power of social media is currently very strong in your moment. So that corporate social media account holders must be careful in managing it and responsible for it. I strongly agree that all form of things such as hoax, disinformation, hate speech should be done and clear in this moment. Today, social media can be said to be the face of the company. And why should it be avoided? Firstly, all form of fake news can harm many people. For example, last year, there was a sunscreen brand that faked the UV content in its product. And of course, people felt disadvantaged that they pay for a product they should have benefit from, but they didn't get that the UV content that they want to protect their skin. Then, related to the hate speech activities that some brand can do through their company social media, everything doesn't end well, right? So let's take example of sunscreen brand. Kian said earlier that the hate speech cannot ruin the company, right? You're wrong. They were caught inviting their customer to hate other skincare brand few months ago, which is the Skin Cam brand. They mobilized a buzzer to attack the Skin Cam brand social media account, and it didn't end well. They found out about this netizen and invited everyone to boycott their brand so that sales decreased. In terms of any norm that has speech activities, fake news, or misinformation deliberately disseminated does not condone this. If you say that these three things are done to attract people attention to your company for promotion, like they said that bad promotion is still promotion, but for me it's not. Promotion should be done in well result for that so that the company can get the benefit from it. How about the promoting through social media in good way and moral way? Like you want that bad promotion for your product and your what is that company, but instead of you can do the good and well and manner of the promotion. There is no need for hate speech or hoax to increase attention, as it known that these three things are already regulated in ETA law, and those who feel agree can sue for it. So it can mean that if you do three of this thing, something that you against the what is that the government. Earlier, Dian said that it was due to lack of education that caused this. That's the point. Because of this, our role as the social media company can educate consumer regarding what is right so that it can increase the positive image of your company. And Dian also mentioned that includes freedom of opinion. That is big mistake. You have no right to spread hate test and justify it. You what is that? You share the misinformation and then hoax when the government fighting strong to kill all of them. If you agree about this, you are a really evil person for me. That's all my speech. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the government whip. Yeah, Tariq, the floor is yours. Closing government, closing opposition.
Okay, first of all, before I deliver my speech, may I ask some question because I didn't join last two meeting and I am got confused by something.
Yes, you may. Please, Tariq.
In my understanding, the pembagian apa namanya? Ya, Islam, the team is one for any opening government and opening opposition, and today it is some role have two people in it. Is it in the real debate? Is it like this, or this is just because the people is not sufficient to create maybe to group or to
The point. Okay, it is part previous parliamentary system. So it is unlike Asian parliamentary system, 3-on-3, but we have like 4-on-4.
so the
So
government side is two people and the opposition is just one. Is it like that?
government have two teams, and the same goes with the oppositions. So 4 teams with 2 people in each team.
Yeah. Thanks for the information.
Okay.
Now I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. First of all, as a closing opposition, I want to rebuttal from the closing government, which said, quote unquote, real people using real people to filter the hate speech, the disinformation and hoax. In my opinion, this is does not make sense in time and cost sector, because I will give example. How much people is using social media? It is hundred of million, and I wanna ask to the government side: have you ever maintained or take care of server that at least have hundreds of people? It is really it's not easy task to do, and having yes.
You said that government didn't notice all of that disinformation and hoax. You're wrong. So that's why the government created the UUTE to protect the each of the people, so they cannot just be free to have speech and share hoax and misinformation. That that's why the government maintain about it.
Okay, time is over, Gelson. Please stop. Okay, keep going, Tariq.
That's what I wanna tell to you. And using real people is not a way to go, because, like I said, this hundreds of million, and having real people to overview this mass fast of social media is not is cannot be done. And if we using bot or system to help, it will destroy the objective, because system work with simple mechanism. It work with some keyword, and if there is so much post with similar keyword, but it is not disinformation, it is not hate speech, then it will ruin that post. That post will get censored, and that will ruin, like my opening option said, our freedom of speech. Okay, that's my rebuttal. Now I will jump into my own opinion. First of all, about this motion. I see this motion is some of subjective subject because this information, the head speech and the hook is based on our opinion. Why I said like this? Because we know that like the last time, lastly about apa namanya, the newest topic like the feminist, the vegan, they spread their own argument, and sometimes it can get extreme. They like vegan said that people who eat meat is make animal holocaust. For me, that's like hate speech. But the in the real time, in the real world is we cannot tackle them because it is their freedom of speech, and the LGBTQ. Uh, I as personally who disagree, and a lot of people who have their own opinion also cannot tackle them because of their right. This also gone with the opinion that spread in the social media. Uh, and second example is in the TV show or the film. It is some of artificial or fake condition, and that group want to post that in the social media, but because it is some fake condition, that is also disinformation. Because if the opposition team said it, because the less education that they have, they believe that it is a real condition. So this also include in the disinformation. But is it necessary to take down their post because they just want to boost their popularity? They just want to market their product. And lastly, from me, censor is makes problem worse. I have example for this. When I was child, watching some cartoon in TV, sometimes the character is just have less clothes in them, but when I was child, it's not censored, and I was look at it as the normal thing. I don't bother asking about that. But when I am grown up and I have a younger brother who watch cartoon, and there is so much censor like cigarette or the body part, when it gets censored, the people who didn't understand will get curious. They will ask about it, uh, and having the answer. If it's honest, they will understand it. If it is not, if it is lie, then they will
Your
lie
eye, please.
but lie. No, thank you. So censor is not necessarily the solution, but the education with us, and that is not the responsibility of the social media. That's from my speech. Thank you.
Oke, oke. Sampai 95 menit aku akan memberikan feedback. Jadi pertama, sesuatu yang gagal disampaikan di OG itu adalah tidak menjelaskan tentang problem identification. Tidak ada problem identification di situ, apa yang sedang sekarang terjadi yang menunjukkan adanya urgency. Kemudian status quo yang terjadi seperti apa? Karena sesuatu yang memberikan perbedaan di situ adalah aggressively. So far di status quo sudah melakukan sensor. Kenapa sampai harus disensor lagi secara agresif? Itu ya, berarti ada peningkatan hate speech gitu kan. Ada peningkatan atau uncontrollable amount of fake news and hate speech. Dan itu memberikan domino effects gitu kan, misalnya. Ada double atau collateral damage yang terjadi yang nggak bisa dihentikan dengan merely censoring. Kayak gitu. Aggressively censor itu juga belum dijelaskan mekanismenya. Walaupun di situ ada narasi belief that, tetapi juga ada should gitu ya. Jadi kombinasi antara retrospektif dan proposal gitu. Jadi kenapa itu justified, tapi kenapa juga itu effective gitu. Jadi harus ada masalah yang didramatisir di situ. Oke, itu. Kemudian di closing government tadi yang paling rapi secara manner adalah closing government Sidian gitu. Namun Sidian juga Sidian kemudian juga Akram bagus ya. Kamu berusaha untuk menambal apa yang gagal disampaikan oleh Michelle terkait definisi hate speech, fake news, disinformation, apa yang membedakan masing-masing. Tetapi kamu juga jangan lupa untuk mempoint out kalau itu adalah mistake dari opening government. Mereka gagal karena kalian dua tim yang berbeda. Itu ya. Jadi kalian harus mempoint out apa kesalahan dari tim-tim sebelumnya, apa yang membuat mereka lemah. Tidak hanya tim lawan aja yang kalian perlu kritik ya, tetapi juga tim sendiri ya, tim dalam satu kubu, bukan tim kalian ya, tim dalam satu kubu. Itu juga perlu dikritik gitu. Mereka gagal menjelaskan apa perbedaan antara hate speech, fake news itu ya. Mereka gagal untuk memberikan definisi di situ. Mereka tidak menjelaskan seberapa ekstrim keadaan saat ini sehingga meningkatkan urgensi untuk agresif. Agresif itu to what extent gitu kan. Jadi kayak sensornya yang seperti apa yang dikategorikan agresif itu masih belum dijelaskan dari awal. Itu ya. Misalnya kita bisa melakukan dengan ya bahkan apa ya bisa menggunakan AI ya kan. Kemudian juga bisa menggunakan fitur auto block setiap kata-kata yang mengandung kata-kata sarkas atau mengandung kata-kata yang kayak gimana. Itu ya. Atau bahkan bisa dengan memanggil atau menghubungi cyber police gitu ya. Jadi juga perlu dijelaskan mekanisme seperti apa agresif yang sensor secara agresif itu seperti apa. Itu perlu dijelaskan ya. Kemudian dari OO itu untuk OG tadi juga sedikit muter-muter argumennya ya di Michelle. Kamu juga bisa menggunakan preemptive strike misal. Gitu. Kamu memperkirakan si Bagus bakal ngomongin apa tuh. Kamu gunakan dulu terus baru kamu counter di speech kamu gitu ya. Oke. Kemudian dari Bagus itu bagus untuk mengcritical thinking tapi so far Oke, yang kurang adalah melink back. Mengapa company itu has no right gitu loh ya. Padahal mereka yang mengestablish social media, tapi kamu nggak ngejelasin kenapa mereka nggak punya right gitu dan malah malah mendukung freedom of expression, tapi company tersebut kayak hanya mengapa it is justified for the companies to only pursue big demand ya atau profit maximization yang terjadi. Kenapa itu outweigh the importance of right protections kayak gitu kan. Orang yang tersakiti itu kan juga perlu diantisipasi. Itu mengapa itu not the obligations of company kayak gitu kan. Oke. Kemudian dari OG tadi itu sudah cukup bagus ya dari Zahwa, itu sangat bagus, shouldn't taken down gitu ya. Oke. Kenapa akhirnya company harus menjadi satu-satunya? Sebenarnya itu bagus dari bagus sebelumnya ya. Itu bukan responsibility-nya company. Nah, itu yang menarik. Yang aku harap sebenarnya yang aku expect itu dari closing opposition itu bisa mengatakan itu tanggung jawab dari per user itu sendiri kayak gitu karena CEO opening opposition udah bilang itu government's responsibility yang sebenarnya bisa di counter di Dian. Kenapa it is not the government's responsibility dan menjadi responsibility of the company itself gitu ya. Jadi perlu ada penerusan rebuttal gitu ya. Oke, kemudian apa lagi di sini? Oke. Baik di OG yang di Akram sama Dian sama-sama bilang apa? Ya. Zahwa sama Akram. Si Zahwa bilang si Akram bilang people easy to provoke, ya kan. Sedangkan si Zahwa bilang people easy to provoke. Sedangkan si Akram bilang people easy to trust. Nah, itu ya. Alasannya nggak dijelaskan. Kenapa people itu easy to provoke? Itu ya. Dan juga Akram juga bilang kenapa people easy to trust. Ya sebenarnya itu di cover di jawabannya Dian. Itu karena mereka lack of education. pertanyaannya yang sebenarnya bisa ditingkatkan sama Dian pada akhirnya itu adalah bahkan ketika even if they are educated, kenapa itu masih terjadi? Kenapa mereka masih gitu loh? Untuk meningkatkan skala atau degree tentang statementnya itu. Ya. Bahkan education itself doesn't compromise, is not well granted gitu ya, to prevent the spread of this gitu. Nah, jadi kalau kamu mengetahui disinformation, kalau disinformation itu kalau fake news itu berita palsu yang sengaja atau tidak sengaja dibuat. Tapi kalau disinformation, orang tahu itu berita salah, tapi sengaja disebarkan. Jadi ada perbedaan. Itu ya. Itu jadi banyak sekali dari kalian menyatakan sesuatu tetapi nggak diberikan reasoning. Itu ya. Itu yang paling penting. Itu. Oke. Kemudian apa lagi? Oke. Untuk tugas menanggapi tadi ya, untuk POI itu batasannya 15 detik. 15 detik dan kemudian apa lagi? Untuk mem-POI kalian juga harus minta permisi dulu, izin ya, dari yang speech, dari yang pidato gitu ya. POI please. Jadi jangan langsung diterjang aja langsung tanya, enggak ya. Gitu. POI please tanya dulu. Diizinin apa enggak? Kalau diizinin baru kita start speaking. Gitu ya. Kemudian lagi-lagi untuk masalah kerapian manner ya, penting untuk mengawali. This is our rebuttals. That's the end of my rebuttal. Let's move on to my arguments kayak gitu ya. First thing first, I'd like to start with clarifications before giving you some rebuttals kayak gitu ya. Oke. Kemudian utamanya dari closing ya, kalian harus coba ditonton lagi video yang udah aku share kemarin ya, karakter dari atau kalian bisa browsing ya di closing government atau opposition modelnya seperti apa gitu. Jadi mereka secara singkat sebelum memberikan bantahan memberikan argumentasi mereka sendiri, mereka mempoint out dulu kesalahan kelemahan dari masing-masing tim gitu. Jadi dia mulai dari lawan dulu ya. Kalau misalnya kamu oposisi, kamu kritik dulu opening government gimana, closing government gimana. Kemudian di opening opposition gimana, lemahnya di mana, apa yang mereka gagal sampaikan, apa yang mereka gagal linkkan, apa yang membuat argumen mereka nggak relevan, nggak valid, kamu jelaskan. Gitu. Ya, itu baru kamu move on ke your own explanation yang sebenarnya eksklusif hanya di kamu. Itu sih. What makes you special itu juga harus di-emphasize gitu, yang hanya bisa dibeli ketika misalnya kamu ketika misalnya in your case gitu loh, lebih holistik, lebih lebih komprehensif dibandingkan yang itu sih so far. Untuk orangnya firstnya Oji, kemudian yang kedua closing government ya. Kemudian yang ketiga opening opposition, yang terakhir closing opposition. Oke, ada pertanyaan?
Okay, I have a question, sir. Previously kan aku sempat ngasih penjelasan tentang aggressively sensornya disinformation tadi. Mekanismenya tuh tadi kan social media company should take down post that contains of hate speech, comment, fake news, disinformation, sama should also delete direct message that contains disinformation tadi. Nah, itu kurangnya itu mungkin mekanismenya kurang jelas gitu, sir, atau bagaimana?
Iya, sign postingnya gitu ya. Kamu tunjukkan kok the mechanisms how the government atau how the companies need to do gitu tuh ya. Jadi kamu bisa send, karena so far itu sudah kayak dibantah gitu, diselesaikan. Ketika Bagus bilang sensor itu udah ada terjadi sebelumnya gitu loh. What makes it different from the common censorship that have been happening so far? Kayak gitu tuh ya. Dan itu makanya tuh kalau kadang-kadang ya kamu ngerasa udah nyampein tetapi nggak identified gitu loh sama judge gitu kan ya, karena nggak ada sign posting gitu loh. Jadi kalian awali, oh ini loh mekanismenya, oh ini loh argumennya, oh ini loh bantahannya gitu. Jadi agar mudah direcognize, kan emang banget kita ngerasa kayak udah nyampein tapi kayak nggak dianggap gitu, nggak terasa kayak gitu. Itu sih pentingnya sign posting.
Oke, sir, berarti lebih rapi lagi sebelumnya dikasih tahu our mechanism is kayak gitu ya, sir.
Yeah.
Oke, thank you.
Iya. Aku pengen kalian nggak apa ya, nggak terlalu banyak argumen, tetapi dalam, tajam, berapa layers gitu ya. Itu aja lebih penting, lebih santai, gitu ya, mengcounternya. Oke, ada lagi yang mau ditanyakan?
Tanya, Sir.
Yes. Hah?
Itu kan yang tadi aku opini aku kan ada educationnya, lack of education gitu. Itu karena itu kan tadi yang saya bilang itu kan buat ngejawab dari timnya siapa ya? Yang Akram itu kalau nggak salah. Itu aku harus nyampain itu di rebuttal atau aku harus kayak point out lagi di argumen aku.
Sebenarnya aku bisa sampaikan dua gitu aja langsung ya. Bisa bilang misalnya, in regard to respond the statement related to ini ya, I'm going to respond that by intertwining my rebuttals with my arguments. Kayak gitu. Intertwine, menggabungkan rebuttal sama argumen kamu. Gitu. Jadi udah langsung covering at once. Gitu. Tapi again ya, kamu sebagai government whip, tugasnya di paling akhir sebenarnya yang perlu sebenarnya bukan tidak lagi memberikan argumen sebenarnya. Itu ya, kalau bagian akhir itu lebih melihat klasisnya. Mereka semuanya bicara tentang apa, dan kenapa tim kamu yang layak menang. Satu-satunya tim yang layak menang di situ. Sebenarnya ya, di government whip, pembicara terakhir itu. Kalau misalnya kamu memberikan argumen, itu bukan argumen, tetapi extensive explanation dari argumen baru yang disampaikan oleh pembicara sebelum kamu, yang satu tim sama kamu, pembicara ketiga. Itu. Jadi harus mengintroduksi mungkin tadi sama Akram ya, sama siapa?
Torik.
Sama Torik. Oh iya. Enggak, iya. Jadi oh iya, kamu first-nya ya tadi ya, kirain. Iya. Jadi Torik itu yang harusnya mengcover itu sih. Itu sih. Ya.
Jadi aku tetap masih ada hak buat
Iya.
deliver gitu. Oh iya, tadi yang interviewingnya itu jadi ditaruh di akhir aja gitu ya, Sir. Kayak misalnya di awal tuh rebate yang speaker lain, terus udah gitu karena ini nanti digabung antara rebuttal sama argumen, itu langsung aja di akhir buat langsung kayak ke masuk argumen kayak gitu, Sir.
Iya. Oke. Pertama kamu kritik dulu aja. Kalau pembicara ketiga dari masing tim itu kritik dulu. Apa yang gagal disampaikan oleh tim lawan? Jadi kamu ini apa? Kemudian baru kamu sampaikan rebuttals. Kemudian kalau ada rebuttals yang bakal intertwine sama argumen kamu, diakhirkan. Gitu. Rebuttal yang nggak bergabung sama argumen kamu dulu disampaikan, baru menyampaikan argumen yang intertwine sama itu. Ya.
Okay, thank you, Sir.
Iya, sama-sama. Okay, guys, I think that's all for our session. Thank you so much for attending the class. Ya, untuk sesi selanjutnya, kalau misalnya konsekuensi dari 7 menit, akhirnya kita trespass the boundaries ya, time constraint-nya gitu. Jadi mulai besok kalau misalnya you couldn't come on time, you will not be included. Gitu ya, karena kita sudah harus setting time-nya ke 7 menit. Dan kalau misalnya you late, then there will be no chance for you to speak, other than being spectators. Okay, I think that's all for our session today. Thank you so much. Keep it up and bye-bye. Enjoy your weekends. Everyone.
By the way, Sir, nanti boleh PC nama-nama yang akan maju jadi delegasi ke NPO. You should choose 2 person.
Oh iya, aku udah diberitahu Bima. Katanya itu nanti diberitahukan di sesi terakhir. Aku masih tanya ke dia sesi terakhirnya kapan gitu sih.
Oh iya, oke, Sir. Thank you.
Ya, sama-sama. See you everyone.